Welcome to Lynn Cullen Live. Talk radio without the static. Email your questions and comments to lynncullenshow@gmail.com. And now your host, Lynn Cullen.
And a good morning to you all. On August 23, 2022. It's a Tuesday, so Susan should be there.
Are you always surprised when I actually say something?
I am. I don't know why. I thought for sure today you weren't going to be there. I don't know why. But
no, but I haven't told you this, but I'll tell you this now. I won't be here next Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Are you going to the Southwest?
I am going to the Southwest and returning on that day. So
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful time.
Me too. It's going to be raining the whole time, but I think I can't feel bad about that there. They need it. So.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't care.
Some of us have too much. Some places are flooded.
Well, and yes, my son is off on the first business trip of years, and guess where he?
Oh, into Texas. Yeah, right into the water.
He's in Dallas. I said, how did you even land at that airport?
That is wonderful. And he just swam to his hotel.
He just swam to his hotel. He says everything's fine. Okay.
Well, I saw a remarkable event today, and I didn't have to leave my bed. I'm still in awe, although I'm pissed off. You may know that I bought a bird feeder that with suction cups that attaches to the large window in my bedroom. Right?
Yeah, I didn't know that, but that's a good idea.
Oh yeah, and it took and I think I really worked at figuring out how you could do this so that the squirrels had no access, because squirrels have always been a problem with me and bird feeders. So there's a tree nearby, but there was no way. And so for the last month or 6 weeks or so, I have been so enjoying watching the birds at the feeder, and the squirrels have not. They've been sitting in the nearby tree and tails going back and forth, really pissed. They've made a few tries, can't do it. This morning, I saw a squirrel. Extremely agitated squirrel, a squirrel that clearly he had fire in his belly. I can't believe what I saw, but he made it, and he landed smack dab on the bird feeder. I swear he had to do a double flip, careen off the window itself, and push himself back and do it. I still don't know how he did it, but I saw it. He looked as shocked as I was. But at the same time...
That was a holy shit, that worked look?
Right, I know. I thought, I was so pissed off. I was impressed. I was impressed by his perseverance, by his, I'm doing this. And yet, when I saw him there, I thought, no. And I jumped out of bed and banged on the window, and the poor guy jumped off. But he'll be back. He did it. He's going to do it again. I can't believe it. Pretty impressive. I mean, it really was. I don't know if he knows what he did.
Well, he flew over there somehow.
Squirrels are. I mean, their ability to go from, branch to branch, and
they leap far distances, and and they land on little teeny twigs, and you've got a whole bird feeder there.
And then they hold on as it goes, bouncing around. They're pretty damn amazing. Anyway, this guy,
could apply for a job at Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, he should. He belongs in a whole act in Cirque du Soleil. There is no doubt about that. Wow. Anyway, damn it. So, I have another thing. Susan, I mean, you're old when you don't even, if you happen to see an ad on television, you can watch the entire ad and not have a clue what the ad is for.
No, I don't think that has anything to do with age. I think that has to do with the stupid ads that they're writing these days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because a lot of stuff, I really don't even understand what it is.
No, Mother's constantly saying to me, "What's that for?" And I'm going, "I haven't the foggiest."
I know.
They're so intent on getting your attention and being clever that you totally miss what they're advertising.
Well, that's been the case for a long time, it seems to me, where
it's just stuck in a corner someplace, and you know it subliminally, but you don't know.
Yeah, but not really. I mean, there's ads that I really like, and I don't even know what it is they're advertising. Right. So that kind of thing, which seems to be missing the point. But I yesterday received an ad, a pop-up ad on my Twitter feed from Saks Fifth Avenue.
Curated for you.
It was. It's exactly what it said. It was curated. I was so impressed with myself. The Saks Fifth Avenue should take the time to curate something just for me.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, and it said new arrivals, and there was it's a picture, and I actually took a screenshot of it because I have no idea what this is. That was curated especially. I don't know what the product is.
Well, why don't you? Well, you have to actually click on it.
No. It comes. I will describe it for you. It looks a little like a Tampax.
Oh, I got one of those for my 13th birthday from Aunt Dorothy.
Yeah, right. I know. That's right. It reminded me exactly of that lovely little jewel.
I received a white beaded evening bag that was shaped exactly like a Tampax.
Like a Tampax.
It had a little looped cord for a handle coming out of the top.
Yeah.
And then a tampon on the bottom.
I thought it was wonderful. A beaded tampon. So this looks a little like that, although no beads, but it is a cylinder. It comes in blue, in pink, and white, and it has a string coming out of it with a little hole, a little circle on it, like a. And it says what it is. First of all, it's $55. Is
it a glasses holder for your cheaters?
No. Here's what it says it is. It has right under it what it is. I don't know what this is. A Tangram.
A what?
All right, I'm glad you don't know either. Tangram. Tangram.
Well, maybe it is to hold a Tampax.
It can't possibly be. 54.
Well, it is Saks.
I need no. What the hell is that?
Oh, wait a minute. Tangram?
Yeah. Are you looking it up?
Yes, I am looking it up. I'm your handy.
What the hell this thing is?
I'm going to go to the Google as long as we're being old. Tangram.
Yeah.
Search. Oh, it's a jump rope. That's even funnier. Curated just for you.
An effing jump rope? Well, that doesn't look like a jump rope.
It's $54.95 at Saks Fifth Avenue. Tangram Smart Rookie Jump Rope.
For a jump rope. Yeah. I'm going to pay $55 for a friggin' jump rope.
It does. It looks like. Excuse me for what I'm going to say, but it does either look like an intrauterine device or a dildo.
That's the other thing. I thought maybe it was a sex toy. I thought, because I'm so clueless about these sex toys, that I thought maybe that's what it is, and that string is so you can get it back out if for some reason it gets lost somewhere.
It has a handy, what could have been a magnifying glass so you can find it.
Right. It's a little Yeah, or a compass. Who knows?
No, even funnier. It's a jump rope, which I can just picture you using.
Oh yeah. Still don't see how it's a jump rope though.
It's hidden in the side. It's in the tube.
I see. So I can probably. Man, I gotta have that. I mean, that's what my life is missing.
Well, let me just say that the curated just for you is always a shot in the dark, and they miss their mark. See, at least with me, they go off the last things that I was shopping for, and I think the last time that I was actually in Saks interacting with a salesperson, it was right before my daughter's wedding, and I might have been looking for a pair of earrings, and they have a very strange notion of how much I'm willing to spend on what kind of item.
Oh yeah, sure. Well,
they will be constantly disappointed.
So at least this is okay. Now I don't have to.
You get jump ropes. I get diamond earrings. I'm just saying.
Well, a $55 jump rope.
Yeah, I didn't know they had anything like that at Saks. I'm impressed.
God almighty. Okay, so there's that. Boy.
Yeah, I think that's funny. And it does look like the little purse that I got for my 13th birthday, which I can still remember how hard we laughed for hours about that.
I know.
And every time we picked it up again for every ensuing year, we'd laugh.
I don't believe it was ever used by anyone.
I don't think I could ever know. And I don't know what happened to it. It disappeared in one of our mother's purges.
Yeah. Oh, Kurt has sent me a picture of the Tangram, and he says Blue would chew it up in 3 minutes. Now I give him 2. Yeah, but you're right. No Tangrams for me, guys. Okay. Well, damn, I blew my whole, my whole non-horror.
Well, we've already buzzed by the laughing part, and now we have to get into how the fact that there aren't going to be any trees in 5 years, despite the fact that Herschel Walker says, don't we have enough trees?
Sure seems like there's a lot of them out there. Well, look, yeah, that's the problem. I've only got now more sobering stuff. Oh, Ed says, oh, well, Ed, thank you. We're not done with the Tangram. He says, Lynn, there is no rope. It is all electronic. It automatically records your exercise data, jump counts, calories, duration, goal achievement.
And you don't have to actually jump over the rope and trip yourself?
That's correct. There is no rope.
So you could do it you're pretending. You could just be stepping. You could just be standing there holding the damn thing, stepping. Going badoop, 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 badoop with your feet.
What the hell?
So you could, okay.
So
no rope.
Pretend. You just pretend.
It's virtual exercise.
But it isn't. You do have to. What nonsense! What the hell? This gets even crazier. This is getting crazier. It's a jump rope with no rope. You just imagine the jump rope. Oh, God.
You have to go through the actual motions, but you aren't going to get tripped on the thing.
But so what's the fun?
Well, I don't know. If it knows, if it's, I sure hope it's better than my Apple Watch at knowing that I've fallen.
Well, here's the thing. I know. I even have, my pacemaker.
Yes.
I get a report on my pacemaker that says, you were walking or running for 5 hours yesterday.
Well, that's good. I wouldn't mind that.
Wait a minute. I wasn't walking or running for 5 hours. Me?
Well, maybe you were on your feet for a total of 5 hours out of 24.
Even that, I hate these things. I don't want every second of my life quantified and where I end up having to try to top myself. I mean, we live in the most competitive society. It has so fucked us up. And now people are arming themselves with these devices which, make them compete with themselves. You can never rest. And if you do,
I enjoy competing with myself. It's competing with other people that I don't enjoy. Because when I compete with myself, I sort of always win. You just are proud of yourself for trying. It's a totally different thing. Well, but on the same wavelength, last night in the middle of the night, I for no good reason opened my eyes and thought I didn't set the alarm, which I frequently don't do. But I tried to. It's one of those things that I can do from my phone. So I just picked up my phone to set the alarm, and it wouldn't do it. So then, of course, at 2:30 in the morning, I'm irritated. So I get out of bed and go down to the main thing and try and set the alarm and it won't do it. And I go, okay, Susan, you were fast asleep. Would you please stop with this nonsense? The doors are locked. Go to bed. So I go to bed. I wake up this morning. I try and set it. And I get very irritated thinking I'm going to have to call the alarm company and try and get them here in a certain window and blah, 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 blah. And I take the dog out for a walk after trying to set and unset the alarm many times. I went out the door, locked the door, came back, opened the door. And as I opened the door, the alarm announces that it's on and I better take it off. So at that point, I try and reset it and unset it. Works just fine. I try it from my phone. It works just fine. Now, I haven't verified this yet, but my guess is that all this stuff works on software from somewhere else. And during the middle of the night, they frequently upgrade the software.
So it's not
rendering one's unit unusable, and you wouldn't know it because you're supposed to be asleep.
Yeah, maybe so.
But here's my thing. Okay, I got it. Now I've explained what happened to me last night just fine. Here's what I don't like. There's someone somewhere that is in control of turning off my alarm whenever they damn feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the wrong person has that information and can link it up with my address, what good is all of this security, I ask you? Because if it's collecting the knowledge, it's not only me that has it. And if it can turn it off, it's not only me that can.
Well, that's true. But there's an article that I didn't read today because I know it's true and I know I'm not going to do anything about it. And it says how now that Americans have willingly given up all their personal information and privacy and control to, tech companies, and now what? I mean, and it's true. I just can't stand it. So I don't introduce this stuff into my life if I can help it. I just don't.
Well, I try not to, but there are times I just have to. And I don't like it.
You have a big dog who bites.
I'm a big dog that bites, and he's useful.
I don't know. I remember once a million years ago interviewing a guy who served time for burglary. And he said, don't ever spend money on these alarm systems. We can get around any of them. He said,
they also have 7 minutes. They know how long between the time the alarm goes off and when they have to get out.
Somebody shows up, right?
Yeah.
So, and he also said the best deterrent is a barking dog.
Yep.
And that's not surefire, but that's the best deterrent. And
No. My mom's and my neighbor at the place that we rented in California for those years when we would go there, he recorded Ernie's voice.
So he could use it.
He used it. He said, "Do you mind if I used your dog?" And I said, "Only if you accept that it's, only if I don't get the complaints." He goes, "No, that's the best. Don't come into my house bark that I've heard in a long time." I said, "Feel free." He loved Ernie because he protected his house too.
Yeah. So I'm just saying. Anyway. All right. We've avoided. So Susan.
Yes.
I don't want to talk about any of this stuff.
Well, I don't blame you. My dog's talking to me about something, but I don't know quite what it is.
What about the European water levels going down and Nazi warships popping out of nowhere and like prehistoric Stonehenge things popping up?
Yeah, I know things were, and the million-year-old dinosaur tracks that are here again in Dinosaur National Park that they're millions of years old, and it's just those tracks going. But then there's did you see the old, clearly very rich big guy that was buried five millennia BC? And it's his skeleton and his helmet, and he's covered. Various parts of his body are covered in 22 or very quality gold.
Wait a minute. Where is this?
This is like in Bulgaria, I think. So it's
popped up because of
thousands of years. Well, they found him thousands of years before the pharaohs. But what's cute is what they protect. I mean, his head is protected, and his penis has this large gold, cover on it.
Yeah, sure. His head and his penis. That would be
his head and his penis. That's it.
That's right. We gotta, protect what's important, dear.
Yeah, all sorts of things are popping up.
So yeah, I mean, you could do an entire newscast just on climate change horror happening all over the world on any given day, and I can't even begin to imagine where we're heading. I can't quite imagine where we're heading. What will be
and how fast we're getting there. I was worrying about my grandchildren. Now I'm worrying about my old age.
Yeah, something else, really. So there's all these things to, did you see that video? Oh, a friend just showed up at my door, and she waved and dropped food off. You know why?
Why?
Because her husband had some really serious surgery, and
she can't eat all the food that people have been dropping at her door.
Exactly.
She's going nuts.
Yeah. So, right. I had said, "Hey, do you need anything?" She said, No.
Yeah, take some food.
Spare me from the kindness of my friends. God. So, yeah, I don't know what I got, but I got dinner. That's great.
See, it's fun. Dear. It's fun doing your hour from home. You don't miss a thing.
No, you don't miss a thing. So, all right. Let's see. Damn it, Suze. I don't want to talk about any of this. Oh, here's something that's a little less. I'm still going for the least fraught stuff.
I got it. I'm perfectly happy not to have my blood pressure go up and not to scream.
But I got something that'll send you right off the charts. But the brouhaha in Finland.
Oh, over their 36-year-old prime minister acting like she's 36 years old. Good for her.
Having fun with her girlfriends.
Dancing, drinking.
Yeah.
acting like she's 36 in a bar.
No, I think it's in her house.
Oh, it's in her house? Okay.
I think that's part of it.
That's probably, that would make more sense. She really doesn't have the freedom to do it any other way.
No, that's right.
Yeah. I just saw the picture and didn't think about it. And then what I love is the aftermath. I mean, aside from, I don't love the immediate aftermath where she was forced to take a drug test and blah, 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 blah. But of all the women...
I think she said, I'll take a drug test. I mean, so she doesn't.
Right. But women all over the place have been taking unflattering pictures of themselves, partying, and posting real women party. I mean, okay, you didn't want me to get riled up, but what the hell have men been doing forever? And a girl does it, and oh my God, what is that?
Well, you tell me.
Because unless all of the men that were doing it are doing it with other men, which I guess they are not all of them, there were women involved. So it's only those terrible, pesky women that drew them into that terrible dancing behavior.
I want a 36-year-old, good-looking.
She's doing a damn fine job. That's why they elected her. I mean, who the hell elected her?
Yeah, no, it's true. She's the one who said, hey, we got to get into NATO quick. She's standing up to Putin. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so Putin is famous for provocation and killing his own people and then blaming it on like Chechens or Ukrainians.
Now he took out his best friend's daughter,
maybe. I mean, that is a more believable.
No, I don't have any problem believing that it was someone on the Ukrainian side that did it, but I don't know that it wasn't a Russian.
Exactly. No, we have no idea who did it.
Well, because did you read that Russian diary from that poor soldier who said they're trying to win Ukraine by bombing him with $50,000 bodies?
He said our bodies.
With our bodies, right.
With our bodies. So, yeah, it's I don't know. Here's what I do think. Whatever the plan was, I think it went awry because I think the plan was to kill the father.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So that's one lucky son of a bitch, ultra-nationalist lunatic, who's now demanding that his daughter's death be avenged by destroying Ukraine. So this is why it brings me back to Putin. This is Putin, things haven't been going well there, and Putin's got to whip his base up into needing to finish the job. I don't know.
The problem, though, is that Russians are leaving. Any young Russian that can get out is getting out.
Well, probably overstated, though, Susan. Most Russians probably still have their heads down and are just trying to live their lives, stay alive, and are not involved. There has been Russians fleeing. That's correct.
If I were a young man in Russia, I'd be trying to get out of there.
Yeah, but I don't know. I haven't been paying attention because it's just so.
Well, yeah, you haven't been paying attention because it's an old story, and we Americans we didn't expect this to go on this long.
Well, it wasn't supposed to because the Russians were supposed to win in a few days. So now we're 6 months in, and it's not that I'm not paying attention. I'm not talking about.
No.
What is it?
But I think it behooves us to understand that it's a proxy world war, and it behooves us to win it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's that, and again, an unwelcome kind of reality. I also saw, in regard to never forget how evil Putin is. There was a story about, and this comes from Russia, I guess, that they're heralding that over 1,000 Ukrainian children have been adopted into good Russian homes.
Have been kidnapped and adopted, right?
Far-flung cities throughout that huge country. Can you imagine? You cannot make up his malevolence. You can't even come close to dreaming it up. All right, Susan, it's time for Susan's blood pressure to go up.
Okay, I'm getting zen. Okay, have at me.
Okay. Today in Tennessee, a new law goes into effect. That law, women of Tennessee, now will have no access whatsoever to abortion, even if the mother's life hangs in the balance. The Tennessee law has no exception for life of the mother.
Well, I'm going to keep my blood pressure down, and I'm just going to say that the chances of the people that pass that law escaping the dire consequences of what they put into effect are pretty low, because there's a ton of wanted babies that end up needing health care that comes in the form of abortion procedures. And they're going to start losing their wives and their sisters and their daughters, or they're going to try and get around their own law. And at this point, that's what's going to happen. We are putting in place as many different ways to get to women in states where they are actively trying to kill them, and connecting them with the resources to travel and get to a place where they can get the care they need. But in places like this, in places like this, it's simply going to take reality to see the horror that they are creating to make any change.
Well, I think that just flat out cruelty.
It's cruel. They have voted to torture women. They have voted to torture women. I give you the case of the woman in Louisiana who can't get that kid
whose she's carrying a child that has no
without a skull,
and she has to, as she said, so I am now told I must carry this child, give birth to this child,
to bury this child. Yeah. And anybody that sees that as anything other than torturing a living woman for no purpose whatsoever, except for your, disgusting.
Well, the reason, Susan, the reason that these things are happening, and it's not that the guys, the people that are putting this in, are actively trying to kill women. They're trying to control women.
Well, and inevitably, when you try and control things, you destroy a few.
Right. But that kind of collateral damage, quite obviously, has been deemed okay.
Oh no, death in this country as collateral damage has been okay for a very long time.
Yeah, for all kinds of reasons.
And I had someone say to me the other day that, because there are some women that are cavalier about their use of abortion, all women need to be punished, because you need to control those women that have children they should be having in this person's judgment. And I said, you mean because they're irresponsible women of childbearing age, we need to take away all other women's rights to control their bodies? And he said, yes, he said very confidently. And I said, I give you the Second Amendment. Let's take away all your guns, because there sure as hell are a few irresponsible gun owners. And they're taking a lot of lives. So if that is their reasoning, I'm going after the Second Amendment. I believe in saving the lives of people that are already alive.
There you go. That reminds me, when I went to get my colonoscopy.
Good for you. That's all I have left to do. Ugh. Yeah.
The sign said, you must be accompanied by a responsible adult.
Oh, what if you don't know one?
That's right. So I looked into the waiting room, and there were some people sitting around who did not look particular like responsible adults to me. And I thought, who I really so wanted to put an IR in front of that responsible. That's all I was thinking. Is to face that sign. Because you're dehydrated, you're miserable, you're this, that, and I'm thinking, responsible adult. Actually, a friend has to get a colonoscopy in a few weeks, and I said, I'd offer to take you, but I do not necessarily consider myself a responsible adult. So I think that gets me off the hook.
Well, it's really why I'm trying to figure out how to get mine done in Green Bay, because that's where I know more available responsible adults. What are people that live alone supposed to do?
You tell me.
I do know in Chicago there's an answer. You have to hire a responsible adult.
Well, that's not right. Because I was thinking, what if you're alone?
Yeah.
And you really don't have a lot of friends, and they don't have access to a car, or what the hell are you supposed to do? They won't let you do public transit, I don't believe. And they won't let you do, I don't think, like a taxi cab considered. So what the hell is some poor soul supposed to do?
You have to hire somebody that they deem appropriate. That's what you have to do in Chicago.
So it's like rent a responsible adult?
Rent a responsible adult.
Well, there's a potential entrepreneurial opportunity for somebody, I guess. Oh. So. All right, I'm avoiding this. I don't like Gavin Newsom. I wanted to say that. I said it before.
Well, I've never forgiven him for his first wife. So
that's right. That's it. That's it for me.
It just shows to me that there was somebody in there that was attracted to that person. That is such an atrocious lack of judgment that I can't forgive it.
That's right. No, me either.
Okay.
Forget it. So a lot of people are touting him, quite obviously, for, president. And I'm thinking, this is where Democrats are the stupidest friggin' party in the universe. First of all, to put up this, attractive, handsome Californian, right, governor, and think you're going to sell that in the rest of the country, it's just bullshit. It's bullshit, especially one who was married to that loathsome woman who's now Donald Trump Jr.'s bedmate. Are you kidding?
And who sexually harassed every human being around her. Didn't care if, particularly whether you were a man or a woman.
She also, it's this latest thing I saw that he did, which just solidifies my contempt for him. Apparently there was a bill that had, jumped through all the hoops, this and that, and it was to allow drug-addicted Californians to have a safe places where they could literally go to shoot up. So we knew the needles are clean, what they're doing is some kind of, I don't know.
And there was Narcocon available.
And whatever, all of this, a safe place. It passed both houses of the California legislature, and it got to Gavin Newsom's desk, and all of a sudden, he said, oh no, we can't do this. And the minute I saw he vetoed it, or is going to, I knew that he was thinking, that is a step too far if I'm running. They'll call me Governor Heroin. Governor, he's actively shooting people up. So to safeguard his own political ambitions,
he's doing the wrong thing for the people of California. Yeah. Well, maybe they can pass it over his veto.
I don't know. I find him despicable.
Yeah, well, I do too.
Okay, so that ain't the answer. I'll tell you that right now. That is not the answer. Okay,
no, I wish we could get away from all of these Josh Hawley types on the right and the left. I don't like their suits. I don't like their Stanford, Harvard, identical. It's always the same pedigree. It's all the same person, and they're all awful. Give me someone from a state school.
A state school somewhere, or a community college. Okay, here's Susan. This is again, to raise Susan's blood pressure.
I'm doing pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah, you are. But I got 15 minutes and I can still try. An Oklahoma English teacher has been fired. What was her crime? She shared a QR code with students that allowed them to get a library card with the Brooklyn, New York Public Library System, allowing them electronic access to books that might otherwise be banned in Oklahoma. Oh, see, you can hear her blood pressure going up. You can hear
it. No, I'm going to say that's totally predictable under these laws. If you come up with a workaround, you're going to get fired because it goes against the policy of the district. Well, all that's happening is you are seeing Republicans finish killing public education because nobody will teach or nobody can teach.
Mm-mm. You think of all the good teachers who are going to be running.
They're gone.
They're already going. They're not all gone, but what kind of commitment would you have to add to stay in? And again, this is where the other side leaves no stone unturned. They're terrorizing school boards all over the country, and getting wackadoodles controlling these school boards. And it's happening right around here too, by the way. Hey, I saw something in the local paper, which I guess didn't surprise me, but I didn't realize we were number one. Today says here, Pennsylvania ranks number one in the nation for hate propaganda.
Wow. That's not good.
We're number one.
Well, here. Let me put a more positive spin on that, Lynn. Missouri, I'm sure, would be number one, but their population is so illiterate that it doesn't do any good. So it just speaks to the literacy levels of Pennsylvania. Okay.
Well, I just want to say this, that hate crimes doubled in Pennsylvania just from 2019 to 2020, doubled. And they are now at a 14-year high. I got that on a story that I told you about yesterday, but made it to the regular news today, that my state representative, Susan, who's a Jew, Dan Frankel, has been getting targeted on Gab, the despicable outlet that the Tree of Life killer posted on right before he went in and slaughtered all those Jews. And our Republican governor candidate, gubernatorial candidate, Mastriano, gave the founder of Gab $5,000 to be essentially a consultant to him. And Gab is known as one of the major anti-Semite platforms. And Frankel, because he spoke out against Mastriano, is now getting a lot of ugly stuff. I shared some of it yesterday. Like, hold on to your yarmulke, you kike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And guess what it says here? See, I got that story from the Jewish press, the Pittsburgh Jewish Chronicle. But then the Post-Gazette saw it in the Jewish Chronicle and did a story that's in today's paper. And they took it farther because the founder of Gab, this disgusting Andrew Torba, was so thrilled with the Jewish Chronicle piece that he posted it on his profile. And the thing is, everyone who belongs to Gab automatically follows him. So he spread the story about Frankel more. And it'll only get worse, of course. And he specifically said to Frankel, whine more, seethe more. Free speech lives here on Gab, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. And
certainly is the downside of free speech.
In response, dozens of Gab accounts started posting anti-Jewish threats, slurs, images, and it's really ramping up. So, just a heads up about that, and that we are sitting right smack dab in the middle of hate country. And you wonder how did Mastriano be one step away from the governor's mansion? Well,
there's a lot of people that apparently agree with him. Yeah.
Just so's you know. Oh, God. Oh, Susan, I want to ask you to pronounce something, and you did, a name, because I can never pronounce these names. Do you have something to write it down?
Hold on. How come my face never recognizes me? Okay. Yeah.
Okay. N-E-C-C.
N-E what? T-C?
No, C-C.
Okay.
Necciai. That's
anything from Necciai to Necciai?
Well, it's a good. I don't know what. I don't know. And then you don't know if it was like Americanized, so it's just like
that doesn't look Americanized to me.
Well, I'm with the pronunciation. I don't know. That's quite a. Anybody know Necciai? Anyway, I'm looking at the guy. He's 90 years old. Cute, good-looking guy. Looks to be in great shape. Anyway, his picture was in the New York Times yesterday. He lives right here in, Bell Vernon. Here. And he had half a page of the New York Times sports section yesterday.
Oh, there he is.
Isn't he cute?
Yeah.
Are you seeing his old self or his...
I'm seeing his old self.
Isn't he cute?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I think he's adorable. Anyway.
Okay, so they tell you how to pronounce it. It's Necciai. It's Necciai. I was pretty close.
Necciai.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone know why he's famous? Ron Necciai. And it says here, I'll read this to you. 70 years ago. So, what's that? 19, what is 70 years ago?
1950s? 1952?
No. Okay, yeah. You're right. 70 years ago,
because guess how old I am.
Yeah. I know. I can't stand it. I kept thinking, wait a minute, how old am I? Jesus Christ. Okay. 70 years ago, Ron Necciai accomplished a feat that no other professional pitcher ever did in all of baseball. How come we don't know his name? Bob Gibson didn't do it. Nolan Ryan didn't do it. He struck out, 70 years ago, 27 hitters in a 9-inning game, which is to say, everyone who came to bat struck out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Well, that's just a no-hitter, right?
No, wrong, Suze.
Oh, no, because if they hit it and it's caught, it's still a no-hitter.
That's right. No.
So no one, he fanned 27 players in a row.
No one has ever replicated this in Major League Baseball. Now, he was doing it for a minor league affiliate of the Pirates. But he was a professional player, and there happened to be one reporter at this game who, got it on the Associated Press wire, and the Ed Sullivan Show called and said, "We want you on." And Necciai said, "No, I don't think so." And apparently the Pirates said no, too. So he just faded back into, and he was sent off to the Korean War like 6 months later or something. Never got back, never became a big major league pitcher. But he holds this amazing record. So he struck out 27 hitters in a 9-inning game. The major league record for strikeouts in a 9-inning game is 20. So they haven't even come close. They haven't even come close to doing what he did, 27. Isn't that amazing?
It is, but he did it in the minors, and so one could argue that the minor league hitters are not the quality of the major league hitters, and that might be the difference.
That away from him, but because he never he
never got there.
But he did something no one else has done.
Yes, he did. I'm just trying to get you to compare apples to apples, and no one's done it.
No, but this in the record books, which is why the New York Times did this thing. It said his night of baseball fame has lingered for 70 years because nobody, minor league or major league, has ever
done it since. Yes,
the baseball games, minor, major, doesn't matter. No one's come close. So he's there in Bell Vernon, and he's looking at the hummingbirds in his backyard, and he's saying, "I'm surprised that the people that still remember. I haven't played in 70 years. I still get fan mail every week." He does, from all over the world.
Well, that's cool.
He's still married to the love of his life, Martha. They've been married for 67 years.
And what did he end up doing with his life? Because it wasn't baseball.
No, he sold hunting and fishing equipment.
Yeah. A sportsman to the end.
Yeah, and the guy who writes the story for the New York Times is sort of wonderful. When he was 11 years old, the reporter who writes this story in yesterday's New York Times, when he was 11 years old, he was a crazed baseball fan, and he saw what this guy had done. And he wrote him a letter. It says, in 1995, when I was 11, I wrote Necciai and asked him questions about pitching. He responded in elegant cursive, graciously answering the same questions he's gotten for generations. We exchanged more letters. He told me about a busy work trip. He advised me to listen to my mom and to stay in school. How wonderful.
Isn't that nice?
And then this guy was able to, I'm going to do a story on you, mister, now. And he still has the letters. And one of the things that Necciai told this kid, who then later wrote to the Times about him, baseball doesn't last forever for players. So you must work just as hard on your education. Education lasts forever.
Yeah, good for him.
I love it.
That's the advice, and this, especially for all those guys that do make it and then fail after they're done.
Yeah, it's such a short-lived.
It's very short-lived with all of this glamour and dough. But if you don't know what to do with it and how to keep it and how to keep yourself with both feet on the ground, it's a curse.
You know what? That squirrel. That squirrel
is back
in the tree. It's in the tree. It's eyeing the. Dang it! I don't know what to do. Oh well. So I gotta go.
You could get yourself an AR-15 and blow that sucker right out of the tree.
That is correct. I could, but I admire this sucker. I think he's amazing.
I know it. I can see it's becoming a battle of wits.
And I've been pissed off at some of the birds lately anyway. Wow, there's pushy birds, and then there's little birds you can see, or the pecking order, right?
Oh yeah.
And
you end up feeding the crows.
No, the crows aren't the ones. Who's pissing me off are the mourning doves.
Oh.
Yeah. There was a mourning dove that I got so annoyed I rapped on the window too yesterday. Yeah. You see what happens here is Blue and I.
Yeah. They're gonna put up a sign in the neighborhood that there's a pretty nasty maitre d' over at that place.
We just sit and watch. And Blue goes after the squirrels all the time. So we're superintending. Anyway, all that is to finish things up here. And Susie won't be on next week.
No, I won't.
When are you leaving for?
Thursday.
Oh, that's nice. Have a wonderful time.
I'm taking 5 whole days. That's my first vacation in 3 years. 5 whole days.
I haven't had one, and I cannot tell you.
Well, actually, I went to Portland for 4 days. For 6
you
days,
did.
So I did.
I don't know how to do it, how to vacation. Whatever. I don't know. Okay.
I don't know. Well, we'll do one together someday, Lynn. Okay.
I'm not good at them.
I'm terrible at them, so we'll be miserable together.
Well, you can stay home and be miserable and save some money.
Oh, okay. Right. Bye.
All right. Have fun. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right, you guys. I saved this thing, I'll do it tomorrow with you, but it's about how, January 6th was a clear attempt to take over our government, to destroy our democracy. And I want to talk about the version of democracy that is happening on a daily basis in state capitals all across this country, including Harrisburg, PA. We need to talk about it because this is really where the fight is. And until enough of us figure this out and start fighting at that level, doomed. Not kidding. We're doomed. You got to take the fight to Harrisburg, and more than to D.C. You got to take it to Harrisburg. And we got to reclaim our democracy here. Okay, but that's for tomorrow. I got to go see what my friend left. He's repurposing all that wonderful food. I can't wait to see what I got. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. Have a great one. Bye.
Lynn Cullen Live, Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and archived at pghcitypaper.com. The opinions expressed on Lynn Cullen Live are those of the host and do not necessarily reflect the viewpoints of Pittsburgh City Paper or its advertisers.